Hi YouTube. Today I want to talk about the legends on coins. Legends are the actual writing around the coinage, and those are usually titles, and they're almost always in Latin. I mean, beginning with the Roman emperors all the way up until like the 1950s, all the coinage was in Latin. Just because the Bible's written in Latin, and Latin was the main language of the aristocracy in the early days, and then it just became traditional to write Latin in coins, and because everybody, and that was pretty much the not the international language, but the language that a lot of people studied. So, for instance, I decided to write down a lot of what the actual letters mean, and so, like, for instance, SC Senatus Castillo, that means the Roman Senate, and this was if you were like a Roman, if you were the Roman emperor, you usually had to have this SC on your coinage to let everybody know that you ruled in the name of the Senate, who granted you this privilege, because this Senate is what legitimized your role as emperor. Imp is pretty common. Imp stands for imperator or emperor. Um, and then there's all these right here. There's Cs, Se, or S, which is just the short for the title of Caesar. This was given to every single one of the Roman emperors. Aug is for Augustus. Um, I believe I don't. Augustus is also a title, but I believe it also translates into something. I believe it's like the divine one. I can't remember exactly, but I've always interpreted Og as just Augustus, because that was the first Roman emperor, and then every single person, all the way up until the fall of the Roman Empire, that he took those titles as Augustus. PM, or Pontimax, which stands for Pontimus Maximus, or the greatest priest. This was the head of the Roman religion. This person was the head of the Roman religion, and that was given to every single emperor, because they always granted these wonderful titles. Um, it was usually granted, yes. Triv, or Pot, or P, or stands for Tribune Protista. This is tribune of the people, or tribune of the plebs. That was given to the tribunes were the people that actually they could veto anything the Senate passed. The Senate was the aristocracy. They had to be from wealthy or noble families, but the tribunes were the ones that can veto laws that to protect the people. And eventually, ironically, this privilege was also given to the emperors as well, so they could veto anything that the Senate passed. Um, Cos, cons, or co, or stands for consul. This is the office of consul, and during the Roman Republic, it was pretty much the equivalent of equivalent of president. There was usually two consuls, and they ruled in the name of the army, and they also ruled the Senate. But this was eventually granted to the emperors on a daily basis. So you only ruled for 1 year or two. So if this is your fourth consulship and you're an emperor, that means you've been ruling for about 4 years. PP, which stands for Pater Patriae, or Father of the Country. That was an honorary title given to the Caesars, usually the first couple. Germ is for Germanicus, or Conqueror of the Germans. This was given to a title for a victory over some people. It was given to the emperors. Dac is for Dacicus, or Conqueror of the Dacians. Same thing. Part is Parthicus, or Conqueror of the Parthians. Sins, or perp, is Censor Perpetuus, or Romanum Republican. It was a title of the office of censor. I don't believe I actually know the actual job of the censor, but it was really important to the Roman Senate. F is Filius, or son. They'd usually put that on the coinage of the emperor's sons when they were Caesars. N is for Nepos, or grandson. Prawn is for Panius, or grandson. There's a lot of legends. So, Senatus Populus Romanus, which is the Senate and the Roman people. That was actually the motto of Rome. PF or FL or Felix is Pius Felix, which means pious and happy, or pious and joyful, or faithful and happy. N is Noster or our, and usually this is added with Dominus Noster, or our Lord. Inv, or it stands for Invictus, the undefeatable. Of course, the Roman numerals are pretty self-explanatory. That means it's like just the for instance, like the XXI, that was the 21st year of some title. Max, which is Maximus, or the greatest. SMP, or Sacramonte, that means sacred money. Vit means vota, or vows to, like, and then usually something after that. Vota, or means vows to protect the Roman people. Perpet means perpetuus, or forevermore, something like that. Again, DN for Dominus Noster, our Lord. Div, Divo, Divus, it means divine. PT means pater, father. Pedus, Mimirum, revered memory. Com, which is communis, Boisiganum. I'm not good at Latin because I never took it. So yeah. Mult for Multius, of our emperor's rule. Brit for Britannicus, conqueror of the Britons. Nov for Nobilitium, noble. Evun, which is junior, the younger, like that was given to the sons of the emperors. Filius, the son of. Optimus, or this is Optimo Princip, the greatest ruler, that was given to special Roman emperors like Trajan and Hadrian, Antonius Pius, and Marcus Aurelius. Vic, which is Victus Cassian, the most illustrious ruler. Tei for Tiberius. Claude for Claudius. A lot of the emperors that take the names of famous Roman emperors. Enor for Nerva, Ent for Antoninus, Sept for Septimius. CMQ, it says Carus Minius Quis. Trajanus, or which is Trajan. FL, which is Flavius, which is the Flavian dynasty, or IL, which is Julius, which is Caesar. Nobc, which is Nobilitium Caesar, our most noble Caesar. Constantius, which is Constantine. Constantius, which is also Constantius. Kind of confusing, but the legends sometimes different. C, which is Gaius. That's also, the first name of Caesar. Sept, which is Septis, goddess of hope. So that if you don't actually know the usually on denariuses or Antoninian coins, if you don't know what's on the back of them, like the goddess or anything, you can usually just read the legends and it will tell you exactly what god it is. For instance, it'll like say Sept Og, and that will be the goddess of hope, and then at Og is Augustus, so it will be hopeful Augustus, like the hopeful emperor. Pietas, which is piety, which is also another god. Invicto, the undefeated. And SPQR, which is Senatus Populus K Romanus. That's the Senate and to the Roman people. So that was the name of them. So I mean the thing the Roman Senate used. So that's just a few of the legends. I don't have all of them, but that's most of them, and that's really helpful in knowing the titles of these the Roman emperors, and later on into medieval coinage and stuff. So I think it's really helpful. Thanks again for watching, and see you next time. Please like, comment, and subscribe.